Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. You guys can see the broad smile on my face. This is because just last week that I was asking you guys to take this channel to 100,000 subscribers as a Christmas gift for us. You guys just wowed me with the 100,000 subscribers sooner than I expected. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys here. I expected it to come pretty soon, but not as soon as it did. That said, it would be very silly for me to go on with this video without taking time to thank you guys specially. My team and I is sending out a big thank you to all of you who've been watching our videos, liking, subscribing, and sharing. For just last week that I remember asking you guys to please endeavor to like our videos, because we noticed that shares were actually more than the likes, which is not something bad, but which was just a little bit surprising because generally people always like videos more than they share or comment. And last week the shares and likes were about 2,000 and something, and this week you guys just nailed it to 4,000 and something. So I'm so grateful, honestly guys. I'm so grateful, and I really appreciate the love and support you've been showing us on this channel. When I read the comments on this channel, at times I just feel like there's no other blessing that could surpass this, because there's this feeling you get when you know you're actually offering value to people and they in turn acknowledge it. And when I read comments, I'm just so overwhelmed. There are certain comments with lots of soul-searching words that whenever I read them, I just feel like I'm over the moon. There's this comment that I really loved because I really felt that this person actually understood the purpose of this channel, and that just made my day. This is exactly what we've been doing recently. If you've noticed, we've been coming up with a lot of videos wherein we give you production video ideas for you to embark on. And that's why at times reading the comments, I feel so bad when some people misunderstand the concept and think we are making those videos to sell machines. No, if you didn't know, those videos aren't sponsored at all. We aren't making those videos to sell machines. We are rather making those videos to create awareness within Africans that they can actually embark in production. Africans are so used to being consumers, so much so that they don't think that they can produce themselves. They would rather buy finished products that are manufactured with raw material gotten from Africa, which becomes much more expensive when re-imported to Africa as finished products. So that's why we decided to come up with this series wherein we talk about production machines that are very lucrative and that could change our lives altogether and make Africa a better place. So coming back to our 100,000 subscriber threshold met, we are glad to announce to you guys that we are going to be launching our very first giveaway on the channel, just as a little token to celebrate our 100,000 subscriber achievement. So this giveaway is going to probably come up next week, and we are going to be giving you what to do in order to be eligible, and also we are going to be giving details on what the winner is going to get. So that will be done in a video or on a post, so you just stay tuned to the channel if you want to be part of it and win the prize. Now back to the topic of the day. We made a video last week talking about the best service-based businesses to launch in Africa. Today we are going to be looking at the untapped remote service-based businesses to launch in Africa and make some good cash for yourself. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Elvin Chick, and my mission is to make sure that you attain your financial independence as soon as possible. You are watching Africa Today, and we are starting right now. So before I get into the points, let me quickly outline here and why you should absolutely embark on these businesses. The first advantage, which is crystal clear already, is the fact that you could do that remotely. You could basically do all of these businesses online. They don't need your physical presence. Your destination doesn't matter. Are you in Africa, Asia, US, Europe, wherever you're found across the globe, you could do any of these businesses by just sending your applications online and getting recruited by those who need your services. The second advantage with these service-based businesses is the fact that they are very flexible. You can actually charge your services as you deem necessary. So it's going to be depending on how much you value the services you offer. And that's one of the reasons why I love service-based businesses, because there's no bylaw or obligations to respect a certain price, or there's no price tag imposed on anyone's services. You are basically free to charge as much as you want for your services depending on how you value them. And such services are often being charged per hour. So some people could go for $50 an hour, $70, $90, $120, $500, and even $1,000 per hour. So it basically depends on how much you value your service. Another good advantage is the flexibility it comes with. Once you are offering services online, you can do that not only from the comfort of your home, but also at the most appropriate time for you. So there's no one who's going to be imposing anything on you. Once you are working online, you've got the right to set your pace for everyone to abide by if they want to work with you. And like I said, it is ideal for stay-at-home moms. So if you're a stay-at-home mom watching this video, this is actually the right video for you. And last but not the least, these service-based business ideas are good as passive income. You could actually do them as passive income. Remember I said you are the one choosing your pace and whom to work with. So if you are a worker already, you can do this as a side hustle in order for you to get some passive income and make ends meet. And let me also draw your attention to the fact that some of these businesses, if not most of them, you must have heard of them, but maybe thought that they wouldn't be lucrative in Africa or the services wouldn't be needed in Africa. But I beg to differ with you here, for these services are actually highly needed in Africa right now. And that's the reason why I am making this video, which leads us to the first business idea, which is business consultancy. If you become a business consultant in Africa right now, you are going to be making lots of money. And talking about the business description, the name says it all. Business consultancy, business consultant. So you are basically someone who positions yourself as someone who people or companies come to consult for their businesses. So if you are hired to work with them, your mission is actually to hold their hand and make them achieve their set goals. So you are basically going to be their advisor, making sure they achieve whatever goals they had set for their business. So your services could be hired for maybe human resource in a company, or accountancy, marketing sector of a company, or the financial part of a company. So wherever your advice is needed or your professional IQ is needed, you are going to be rendering those services. And like we said, these are remote service-based businesses. So you could do that online in a distance without necessarily being there physically. So if you get trained as a business consultant in Africa right now, please don't limit yourself to getting physical employments in Africa. Build your portfolio, build a good CV, and get yourself an appealing profile on apps like LinkedIn and basically any site where you know your services could be hired. So the next one here is virtual assistants. This is also something that's very, very lucrative in Africa right now. If you decide to become a virtual assistant online, you are basically going to be like an online secretary, if I could put it in that way. You are simply going to be offering administrative services to a client, but the difference is that you are going to be doing that remotely and you are going to be self-employed. So you are basically a self-employed worker working for a boss who is not in the same physical location as you are. Like I said, these business ideas could be done as side hustles. So you could actually be working in an office, but during your spare time, you offer virtual assistance services. And that's how you're going to be making some extra cash for yourself. In Cameroon right now, for example, most virtual assistants charge about $25 to $50 an hour. So let's just take $50 for easy calculation. Let's assume you work in an office already and you could spare maybe 2 hours of your time per week to offer as a virtual assistant, right? So let's assume you are going to be doing that 2 hours per day and 5 days a week. That's going to be roughly $50 times 2 times a day, $100, and times 5. So you could be cashing out about $500 per week and $2,000 per month. Isn't that good enough to add up to your salary and help you make ends meet? So as a virtual assistant, most of the tasks that you are going to be undertaking will be things like scheduling appointments for your boss, managing their emails, making phone calls, and maybe making travel arrangements for them. And for me, this is one of the best remote service-based businesses because those are things I could basically do all the time and not really feel that I am working. I could do that on working days and even during the weekends, because those are basically things you do for yourself without necessarily needing someone to pressure you for. You read emails for yourself, right? You make phone calls for yourself, right? So you are basically just adding some other person's emails and phone calls. So if you look at it that way, it makes the business very easy for you to handle. So for me, that's a very good way to earn some passive income. So the next point here is online digital marketing. Yes, this one is also very easy. You know what we are talking about already. We basically talk of marketing or promoting people's businesses online for them. And for that, we know you're just going to be needing things like your phone, your laptop, iPad, or whichever device you choose to work with, and you go about promoting their business online and you get paid for it. So that's basically some digital communication wherein you are connecting the producers to their customers, or you are connecting brand owners to their customers. As simple as that. The more they make sales, the more you're going to be looked upon as efficient, and the more you are going to be making money. And the good thing with online digital marketing is that basically everyone could do this, okay? You just need to be smart and know how to communicate with customers properly. In other words, whatever you can do to get your contract brand to make sales, you are a good online marketer. So you're going to be handling things like email marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, and you name it. You will need to be good at things like data and analytics, SEO management, and design thinking planning. So for this one, this is something you are going to really be needing good training for it, because these are things that you just can't wake up overnight and claim to master them. You need to actually learn them, practice them, and be good at them before selling out your services. And when we talk of learning, you know, it is a gradual process. So there are certain stages you can skip. That's why if you want to go for this, you are going to be spending some money for your training, or you could still autodidact yourself. And the good thing with online digital marketing is that the demand is so high. You know, unlike back in the days where companies used to rely on flyers or TV stations to do their adverts for them, they've now understood that everything happens online. So the services of digital online marketers is very much needed. So a lot of companies are hiring right now, be it physical or remotely, and you can simply blend the two. You could get a company to hire you, you work for them, and you squeeze out some extra time to render your online services and make some extra cash. Now, the next point is community management. You can be a community manager. And when we talk of community management, we have the word community. So that simply has to do with building a strong network among employees and employers and businesses, companies with their partners through their different negotiations and communications. So you are basically like the middleman, making sure that the brand has a good connection with its followers or community online, or potential clients or buyers. So you are like the mediator who is making sure that everything goes on smoothly. So the next remote online business here is web development. So like all the others, you are going to be doing this online and being hired online. You simply need to decide if you are going in for the front-end development, back-end development, or full-stack development. So you just choose according to which one is convenient for you, and basically you are going to be developing people's websites, managing them, and running the websites for them. So you will need to be good at three things. The first is to deliver good performance, and the second to deliver good capacity, and thirdly, you need to be capable of creating content for websites as well, because some companies are going to be hiring you if only you could create content for them alongside the creation of their website. So here you have the untapped remote service-based businesses that are actually needed in Africa right now. So if you wanted to start any business in Africa and you did not want to deal with goods or commodities and you preferred rendering services, there you have 5 remote service-based businesses that are very lucrative in Africa right now. That said, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on my next one.